Yeah, we're gathered here tonight to witness something that should have been happening a long time ago. And for these three young men, it took a lot of, I know, courage and a lot of commitment to be able to even come to be able to sit down with us this evening. It's the neighborhood to neighborhood coming together in peace. And these three men who are here, these three young men who are here, has a lot of influence with young people. They have a lot of influence in their neighborhood. So for them to take this step, it's basically a blessing. And like I said, it's something that should have happened a long time ago. And before I begin, just to make everything clear, I know everything that they've been through from a man that was in the street before as well. Now, whatever took for them to get to this point, it took me going to prison to actually be exactly where I'm at today. And one of the things I want to share with them as we move forward into the conversation is, don't let nobody deter you from doing what you know is right. The problem is that these young, with you guys with social media, with Instagram and Facebook and all that, it plays a major part in what you guys do. Because I know some of your parents. Quay's dad, me and him grew up together. Me and him used to run the street together. King, Tukey. You guys got a lot of influence, but you're using it in the wrong way. But now, you know, change always comes when it's needed. Nobody knew that this day that you three young men would be sitting here today. And I love young people, you know what I mean? But I seen my cousin the other day, and he just told me just off the door, and I told him, don't worry about it. I got a video conference, but I'll be there because this is what I do. It ain't nothing fake about me. So for somebody that's been there, I understand. But it takes some young man like you to make a change with the community. One of the things that I always say is that, you know, everybody says about gangs. It's not gangs to me, it's cliques. Because a gang, you always had that leader that can make a call to stop everything. You see what I'm saying? Right, sure. With cliques, you just do whatever you want to do. And that's what's been going on. You guys have cliques, you don't have gangs. And are you, or can the people that you hang with take care of themselves when you ain't around? See, everybody always wants to be around you when you have, or you know, because they know that you're about it, but are they about it when you need them? That's the key. Nah, they gonna be pure, but every time something go down, they call you. And that's what you can't let happen. I know a lot of young people doing life in prison just for that reason. Sports, bad in college and all that, but they chose that life. And once that happens, when you get those letters or kill somebody or whatever, you can't bring that back. But God has been watching over your lives for a moment like this. Think of all the stuff that you've been through, and you're still here.
Got a purpose.
Think about all the other stuff that the other young men been through. They ain't here. The time is now. Everybody knows that you're not punks, but you get caught up in that. And then what? Your pride. Now you think you got to prove something? You don't have nobody to prove nothing but to yourself. That's who you got to prove something to. Because like I said, when the going gets tough and you sitting down, you know who's going to be there? I bet you them boys won't be there. But they quick to call you when something go down though, right? Yeah, Quay, I know you know what I'm talking about. How much money you get put on your books? Nothing. Nothing. They ain't thinking about you. But as soon as you hit the bricks, what happens? Oh, what up, boy? Yeah, baby, what up, man? What up? You ain't been there the whole 5-6 years I was gone. That's what you got to think about. Who's going to be there for you when you need help? But you give all your energy to the people that ain't going to be there for you. That's why you got your own mind. Start using it to be a powerful vessel to these young people, bro, that look up to you. Because that's all they know. But you got a voice that can be able to change that. Nah, young fella, I lived that life. It ain't worth it. You had that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here now. Because I lived it and now I'm giving back.
That's all we trying to do.
So what inspired you to come together in pursuit of peace? You could take a moment with all three of you, because we'd like to hear all three of you answer that question. What inspired you all to come together in pursuit of peace?
You want to go first? I'll go first.
Just in your own words.
Like, with me, I'm just fed up.
Introduction.
Just say who you are.
Oh, how y'all doing? I'm Shanquay, Woodard. I'm a part of the city. I was born and raised here. I was a part of the trouble, but now I'm trying to give back to my community. With that question, it's just tired. I'm tired. I don't like looking over my shoulder. I don't like not being able to take my kids to the park or walk them down the street, stuff like that. Like, I'm really tired of it. And it'd be for nothing. A lot of these people don't even know where this stuff started from. We just been followers all these years. It's time to start leading and not being a follower. That's my take on it.
King?
What was the question again?
What inspired you all to come together in pursuit of peace?
My name is Mikeem Allen, from the city, grew up on the south side, and I've been about peace for a while. I never really was a violent guy. I mean, I got in the streets as a kid. I did things, whatever, but like you said, I was a follower, and violence is never gonna get nowhere. Violence ain't gonna never solve nothing. It's gonna get you in jail, like you said, for life. If you've been upstate before, you're around lifers that got A number, AS numbers, AB numbers, AC numbers.
BK.
Yeah, they start talking about, yo, man, I ain't never seen a phone or air conditioner in my room, whatever. And if that's what you want to be like, I mean, right now they have QQ numbers or QZ numbers. If you want to be one of them numbers down the line when they have probably 3 letters like QZM numbers, and they go, oh, you got a 2-letter number, be one of them people. They definitely got a place for you. So me personally, I don't want to be that person to be in jail for life. I never really was. Like I always say, be an intelligent gangster, and that don't mean be a violent person. That means be the smartest person you could ever be, and that means no violence. Anywhere there in the world, violence solves nothing. Some places violence solves stuff, but most people use violence without a purpose, like he said. And that's what made me want to stop it, because the violence in the city is pointless. We don't even know where it started. Most young people under the age of 25 don't even know what it's for. We don't even know what it's for, so it's pointless. You're going to jail for life for a pointless objective. That's what made me want to stop.
Two?
My name is Jace Snyder. I grew up and been here in York all my life. My biggest reason for being here is kids. Like, I'm heavily involved in the kids. I'm coaching at York High now, open ground gym 2 to 3 times out the week for the kids to come and play basketball. And I just want to see all of them grow up and be old and help give back to York like I gave back to them, and see that there is good in this place and not always bad.
Which leads into the next question. Because of the radius being not so big, this is one thing that we try to figure out: how in the world, with the radius being as small as it is, these young people can think that they can get away with just what they're doing. The city's not that big. And when you say my block, our block, it's not your block. It's York City's block. You guys ain't paying no rent on that. You ain't paying no mortgage on the block. But everybody wants to claim a block instead of claiming a book. Which leads to, do you have other family members connected to any different parts of the city? And how do you, if they're into that life, how do you try to like just get along? Because I know sometimes, especially with young people, because of their peers, they won't speak to you because he won't speak to you. Oh, I ain't rocking with you because you don't like. That's crazy. So how do you deal with that when you have another family member connected to another side of town?
I would say real really recognize real. That's a real saying. At the end of the day, I got family literally on all sides of town. And I deal with majority of my family. It really be if that person, if the family member that you have wants to be a follower and listen to their friends and go off of what they're saying. So that's how I kind of like deal with it. My family's my family. We keep it at family. We don't never want it to be nothing. But if you got a knucklehead that wanted to be that, it can go to that, but we try to alleviate that type of stuff.
And see, that's what I meant by when I said gangs and cliques. Because when you got somebody leading a gang, yo, we ain't doing that. But when you got cliques, everybody ain't gonna listen to everybody.
It's chaos.
They gonna go do what they want to do. They're doing their own thing. That's what the young people don't understand. There is no gangs in York. There are cliques, period. Because you have no leader. You're not a leader. Everybody just want to do whatever they want to do.
That kind of ties it up for real though. There's really no leaders here. That's really what it is. We all so used to following, we don't know no leaders. So we just array, we a chaos.
Yeah.
But that's what we here for now. We gonna be the ones that they gotta follow.
And see, this is why the conversation has happened the way it is, like you said, because I don't, I got a paper, but I'm saying it in my own words.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I lived it.
Yes, sir.
So it's a little different for me because I lived it. So the questions I'm asking you is, yes, this is what happened before. Now you guys made a decision to change what happened before. And the one thing you gotta be careful of, because you are going live and talking about this, you're gonna have some people that's gonna try you. How do you deal with that?
I mean,
how I say we would deal with it, I know I would deal with it. At the end of the day, I'm on change. If you not on change, you gonna wean yourself out the picture. As long as I stick to what I'm on, you'll wean yourself out. However that may be, you know?
And the reason why I asked you that question is because when I came home, I was, before I went in, I was snorting cocaine, drinking, acting the fool, doing whatever. When I came home, I had people that, like I said, when you hit the bricks, now all of a sudden everybody want to come back to you. And you have to stand on what you believe. You made the commitment and the decision for neighborhood to neighborhood coming together in peace. That means by all means necessary. So that means when the people that doubt you, that you can't do it because of the light, put it this way. People only gonna talk what you did before. They're not focused on what you made as a commitment today to come here. They ain't gonna focus on that. Oh man, they doing all that, man. They used to do that. Let them talk. Because at the end of the day, you can't let nobody stop your vision. We didn't ask you to come here. You asked to come here. So it's your vision. And don't let nobody destroy it. It is what it is. But it's needed.
Can I chime in on that too? A lot of people are like definitely scared what their peers will say. Like when I started my brand, Intelligent Gangster, I started going to college. I mean, I caught a case when I was 22. Got caught with a couple of my friends. Got caught with 3 guns, good amount of drugs, whatever. I didn't have no money at the time. I was in the county. Certain people would know. I'd be asking people like, yo, let me get a suit. It was around one of them times because I just came home and went back to jail. And I caught that case, and by the grace of God, I got to come home in a couple months because I was innocent and certain stuff wasn't what they said was. So when I came home, I told people, like, I was embarrassed what I was just doing in there. I was asking people for soup and stuff. I never had to do that. That was my only time because I just came home and I went back so fast. And I said, I'm going to college. So went to college and started off at Hack. Wanted to go to school for computer information system business analyst, but it was in Harrisburg and I didn't have my license. So I started going to Hack for business administration. A couple of my friends said, you bitching. Like, oh, excuse my language. You being a punk. What you doing, bro? You ain't like that no more. You done caught the case. What, you scared or something? I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I got my nephews. I got people looking up to me and stuff. But I was just looking at like 10 years, bro, 15 years. But I ain't have no money. So now I had to go upstate for these years. I don't really have a family that has money and that can support me because they're struggling their own self out here. So I can't put my burden on them. So it made me think I have to be a smarter person in life and I have to change. But my peers, some of them peers, I'm not going to say all my peers because I have a lot of people that supported me. Bro, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, people that really did this stuff, they like, bro, I want to get out this stuff too. This ain't cool. So you have to definitely be ready because it is some days I'm like, dang, man, my homie think I'm a punk because I'm going to school. Like, dang, I could do 5 years. I know I could do 10. If that's what happened, I'm going to do it. I mean, I ain't no snitch, whatever. And I definitely never told. I'm not on that. Stick to whatever code it's supposed to be, but it's a stupid code, but I stuck by it. I mean, that's what I signed up for, so I stuck by it. So with that being said, you do have to worry about the kickback from your peers because these are the people you live around. These are the people that can see you every day, that can touch you. So you do have that. There's a big impact, and if somebody's going, like, some people are scared what their friend's going to do to them. You have to be fearless. You have to actually sit back and think, I don't care what y'all think. Y'all going to do what y'all want to do. So that's a big thing for the kids nowadays because social media, like they said, if somebody get on social media and say, hey, bro out here being a punk, whatever, and then I get like 10,000 views, he gonna be like, dang, bro, I'm gonna crash out, bro. Who do you think they is? You ain't about to tell me in front of all these people. So being not worried about what your peers will say is a big thing in life. That's why a lot of people won't change. And they're gonna stick to they gonna stick to their guns.
I want to chime in on, like, I feel like for the people that feel like we doing some punk stuff, whatever, leave it up to God. Because God got us for sure. I know that personally. I'm here for a reason. I'm sitting in this room right now for a reason. Almost lost my life. And after that, like I said, I contributed to the violence. After that, I just learned my lesson. And I leave everything up to God now. Like, God know who we want around us and who he don't. God know who we gonna wean out of our lives and who we not. So if you wanna be one of them gangsters, whatever you wanna be or call yourself, that's on y'all. Y'all gonna win yourselves away from us anyway.
But ain't it ironic though, how when you're doing wrong, how many people flock to you and know it's wrong, but when you make a decision to do right, they want to call you a punk?
I call that insanity because they know we doing wrong. They know. You feel me? Like, even we know we doing wrong, so we keep constantly doing it, going back and forth to jail. We're insane. We asking for the stuff that we doing. So it's like, I don't even think it's ironic. I think we just all followers. Nobody wants to be the leader.
And when you do stick out, like me personally, like I said, I came home, I started my brand, Intelligence is Gangster. I tell people, be an intelligent person. Gangster don't mean you shooting nobody. Gangster mean taking care of your family, you're being there for the youth, you're being there for the community. That's actually what the gangster used to be back in the day. They wasn't violent people. They might have did certain stuff to make money and stuff, but they always made sure they took care of their family and stuff. So I try to tell people, if you're going to do it, violence is not the way. Be a smart person. Like, I got a shirt called We Read Books and Hood. Educate yourself, because when you're smarter, you're not going to want to do things that people that are not as educated as you're going to do. So, about to say
This
like
first question is for Keem and Shay, and the next one will be for you, Tukey. What influenced you to finally make that decision to hop off the porch?
What influenced me?
Yeah.
I was a follower. I thought that was the life I wanted to live at the time. The girls liked it. I can get new kicks, stuff like that. I was just a follower. I felt like I was small. People used to think they could pick with me. And then I got violent. And I liked it. That's how I fell into it.
King?
I had an older cousin, Raheem, and I had an older brother, Steve, and Raheem was always a role model. But when he turned 18, he went to the military, and he was a guy that, one of the only guys in my family that never went to jail. Mostly every guy in my family went to jail. So he was the only guy that kept us positive. We used to go swimming in the creek. We used to do dumb stuff as a kid, but he always kept us on the right track. He went to the Army at 18, and me and my brother, we don't really have no dad. I mean, my mom is schizophrenia, so we grew up with my grandma that's older. So when he left, I felt like I was lost. And I felt like, and then my brother got in the streets, and when he went to jail, I was really lost. I was out, they was the only two guys I had in my life, so I seen other guys up the block. They was my cousins, they was my friends and all that, they was my brother's friends, so I just started hanging with them, and that's the life they was living.
And then for you, Tukey, what motivated you to take a different path?
I think the biggest thing is my brothers. I seen what they did, and they were just the closest ones to me that I seen what was going on, but I seen everything that was going on that's still going on in the city, everywhere in the city. I'm all over the city and everything like that. It's just really myself is all I can tell you. Is myself is the reason I never did none of that, because I seen it. I seen where people went. I seen where people are, and I seen people never come back. So people ask me that all the time, bro, how did you go to college? Nobody ever went to college in my family, but I always stayed in school. I kept my grades right. I'm not gonna say my mom ever forced anything upon me or made me do anything that I didn't wanna do, because I was allowed out. I ran around the streets. I played football, I played basketball, but it was always myself. I wanted to do it. So once I got to high school and I was still playing basketball, I'm like, this is just fun. Like, I know I'm not getting a scholarship, but I'm still gonna go to school. And originally, I was looking at a school close to home, but I just knew and seen people that went to school close to home come back home.
As soon as they get there.
So I end up choosing Slippery Rock, which is 4 hours away. And I did get my license at the time over that summer, but then I did get a car once I got there, but I just knew I wasn't driving 4 hours every weekend to come home. And that's what kept me stuck there, and that's what got me here now. It's just looking out for the kids, and it's like, you don't have to go to school. That's what I chose to do, but
Right.
A trade or a job or anything like that is always fine. But back to the question, is just myself. I seen everything. I knew what was right and I knew what was wrong, and I didn't want to be wrong.
Which leads me to my next question. I see South, I see West, I see East. Why don't we see nobody from Parkway?
I actually reached out to somebody from out Parkway. They're actually doing something today. They actually will show up to the next one. So
Okay.
we do have a next sit down. They do want to represent, and they do want to show that there is somebody from out Parkway that will come in a positive figure, and they do want to have everybody a part of this. But he was actually doing something because he's just not sitting around with it like day all day.
Gotcha.
So it's all love for Parkway. Ain't nothing against it. Just so happened we made it today and everybody was ready. And next time it will be a representative from Parkway.
It's all love all around the city.
It's all love. So don't think because
717
it ain't
is
no
love.
Parkway person here that we left y'all out. People know I reached out, so he knows what's going on, and you'll see him the next time, and he will be able to explain.
Leading up to my next question, as far as the violence with the loss of the young people's lives. Now, I preached a whole lot of young people funerals. And one of the things that I say to the young people is, I want you to take a look at this mother, this father, and this family, because this is what you leave behind. And in the middle of the service, I also said, and until we get some young people that's going to make a change in their community, we're going to be back here again. 4 days later, same thing happened, which leads me to ask you, how many personal, close friends, family members' lives did you lose through the gun violence or violence, and how did that make you feel?
I lost a cousin close cousins on each side of town. It made me hurt. It made me want revenge. But then I had to take myself out my body and really look like we made our best. We got to lay in it, however it go. That's the route that my family chose. And for the ones that didn't choose that, like I said, God got them regardless. So I could truly say, like, I'd be hurt. I still cry to this day about friends that I lost from different sides of town. Like, but I just understand, like, we chose a route. So however that route ended for them, that's how it ended. Now it's time to make a change on a different route. I don't want nobody else dying. I don't want nobody else having my name involved in stuff. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I've done things. But I'm just off of that. It's over for that. It's not cool no more.
Keemer too, you guys had lost anybody personally?
My first loss, I was in 4th grade. I'm 27 now. I think that was back around when most of the stuff happened. That was back in 2007. That's when everything started going. And since then, it's maybe been 1 or 2 a year since then. Almost 20 years now for me since that first one. And it ain't just dying, it's jail too. So it's not just the ones that's dying that we're losing, it's the ones that's going to jail for life for how many ever years that we can't get them back neither until their name is called to leave out that gate. So the violence is a part of it on one side, and then on the other side, there's somebody there too. But I can't even count how many I lost because of, it's just been about 1 or 2 a year. And like I said, it's almost 20 years now. So you can do the math yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, since 2007, since I started coming to the streets, I lost about, I have pictures with all these guys too. I put them up on my page so nobody ever forget them. Yeah, probably about 30 or 40 people that I personally know, people that I had their number. We have conversations for years. These ain't just people from other sides of town. These my homies that I grew up with. I seen every day I walked outside. I have friends from other sides of town that I have mad love for too, but my close homies, lost a whole lot.
So my next question will be about a positive impact, but before I ask that question, some people that you knew that came home and you had that opportunity to speak life in them, but you didn't. What would you do differently that now they might be gone or back in jail? What could you have done differently to be able to at least try to save them?
Is that for everyone or?
Nah, just somebody like Pacific that you know.
I mean,
And I know you know because I seen you.
What I would do different is I would give them an application for a job. An application for, what's that? Downtown where we can get food stamps and stuff. What's it called again? The welfare office. And I'd have told them, like, you go that route instead of giving them a pack or something. That'd be the difference that I would do now. Because we all quick to get packs or get accepted a pack when we come home, and we don't never even pay attention to that. They quick to put it in our hands, but not put the right thing in our hands.
There you go.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
that'd be the difference.
That's why I asked you that question, because I know it happens. And instead of trying to be positive, nobody wants to see people do good. And that's what I said, you guys have to stand on your own 2 feet. And whatever you claim you're going to do it. So how many young people have you made an impact just positively? Because just with the negative, you could still be positive. That you know that you made an impact in a young person's life.
I was about to say I could talk, but I know two.
Go ahead, two.
So I didn't really get like too heavily involved in my community until college. I worked at St. Matt's summer camp for LaQuinn. I think that might have been 2018 summer, and that sparked it a little bit for me. And then after that, I came home due to COVID, and that summer I started coaching at the summer league. And then after that, Kerry had asked me to start coaching at Columbia with him. And since then, it just sparked it. And now it's like, you could probably go anywhere in town and ask one of the kids if they know me. Some may say Coach Took if they play for me. Some may just say Tukey from the gym. But it's just like all of them, they know whatever is going on at home or whatever is going on in life. Once we get to that gym, it's just that everything is left at that door once you come in, and they know I got their back, whether they need food, shoes, clothes. They can call me, text me, ask me, and they know I got them without nobody having to worry about where they got it from other than their moms knowing they got it from a good place.
And don't downplay you being positive, because you never know who you can touch. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. And from youth build, being a counselor, to York High, there's a whole lot of people that I see that are grown that still come to me and say, yo, thank you, because you really helped me. So don't be afraid to share something that you've been through, being afraid that they're going to look at you differently. They already know what you're about. They already know what you did.
And that's why I said,
Share
like,
it.
I know people's gonna probably be watching it right now, like, oh, look at this guy. He just, I have a past. We all got a past. But it's like, that's where it's at in the past. Let's get on with ourselves. Like,
That's why we here now. If there wasn't no past, it wouldn't be nothing right now.
We
It
wouldn't
wouldn't be
need
nothing to talk about.
that's a fact.
Chris, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Why do y'all think we struggle why do you think we struggle to want to see each other do good? Why do we struggle like this to want to see ourselves doing good, to see other people doing good? Why do they promote the negative and stuff, like you said, put a pack in your hand, but won't celebrate that man for going to college? Why do we struggle with this?
To each own's benefit.
Pride.
That's what's
and
benefiting you.
A lot of people don't have, because I go to college now, Penn State, York, and I ask all the black guys in there, not to be specific, because that's what most people in the city are doing. I ask them, what made you not go the other route? And they always say they had a positive male role model in their life. They had people like next door to them that was a doctor. They had people around them that could show them different things. Most people in the city never seen positivity coming from their family and growing up. So me personally, I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to be a lawyer because all my family was locked up, and none of my family had money. So I wanted to go, as a kid, I did my multidisciplinary project and my senior project on both of them because I wanted to find a way to help my family out. But I never seen an accountant or a lawyer to ask, like, hey man, yo, I want to be an accountant, and internet wasn't out back in the day, so I didn't have nobody to ask except the guy up the street, and he said, bro, we getting this money. What you talking about, bro? An accountant? Now you can be my accountant, whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm like, we gonna get another lawyer. We gonna get the lawyer that's up on Duke and Princess. That's her gonna be a lawyer, bro. Don't waste your time doing that, you know what I mean? So me personally, just saying from my experience, a lot of people never seen positivity because most people that seen positivity go a positive route. And if you have no positivity around like me, I speak positivity every day. That's what my brand is about. I've been doing this for years. And this ain't nothing I just woke up and do. I've been doing this. I just came from jail, but I still speak positivity. I'm not perfect, but I try to always show kids it's a different way. I talk about finances, because I go to school for business management and marketing. So I try to teach kids we do have to start opening up more businesses so we can show the younger kids about investing and positivity into like crypto, any type of asset that they can do, because most kids don't even know what an asset is if you ask them. So most kids don't know nothing about nothing, so they can't do nothing positive.
And I'm gonna chime in on it. Basically, what you asking us, right, is what you asked us. We, as a collective, and I'm gonna say the whole city, a lot of people will sit and talk about us and what we got going on, but ain't nobody really trying to help us either. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's quick to, and I'm not speaking bad on none of y'all, but even like the news people, everybody's quick to say the bad, but ain't nobody really trying to put no good into it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why we coming together. We want a little research fair. We need jobs out here. People need jobs. It's hard for people, definitely like me. I was in the federal system. It's hard for me to get a job. But my family constantly be on me like, you need to be doing this, but ain't nobody really trying to help me. Get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where it goes array at. Everybody just got their own vision of what they got going on, and they stick to that instead of trying to put their vision out to other people also.
That is a major part too, because A lot of kids right now are looking for something to do, and a lot of people disconnect from the kids because they just say, look at that bad ASS young boy. Look at him, I'm staying away from him. He's this and that. And that's the guy you got to teach something because he's going to be the future. He's going to be the guy that hurts 5 people down the line. So if you can't get a hold of him, it's going to multiply. So 10 bad young boys, that's 50 people that's going to get hurt. So them young guys that's crashing out or whatever, they're the kids that need help, and they're looking for help just from the wrong people. And I'm not blaming nobody in no city because it's happening worldwide, but a lot of kids just need some more resources. That's why, like he said, we're coming together, and people need to stop being scared to talk to kids. People need to be scared to not, hey man, bro, because they call me the preacher man sometimes because that's all I do is talk about, yo, bro, you need to educate yourself, bro. You need to be a smarter person, bro. I ain't saying, like he said, go to college, because I'm in college. I like college. It helped me out. It helped me focus, helped me start my brand. That's why they call me an intelligent gangster, because I'm not just about this. I could talk about credit. I had a good credit score. I could talk about investments. I could talk about finances. I could talk about how to try to stay out of jail. It's a lot of different things that people need to talk to these kids about. Even though when the kids tell me to shut up, and I tell them, bro, I did everything you did, bro. And I could put you around people that really want to do what you did, bro. Like people that hurt people, people that got a lot of money, I could show you them, bro. And that ain't what you want to do. So that's just.
So with all of that just right there, what do you want this message to bring to the community? And this is for all 3 of you.
Peace and prosperity is the key. Violence and chaos is just going to keep getting violence and chaos. More violent, more chaos. With peace and prosperity, we're going to see more money. We're going to see more community activities. The women, for the guys that's watching, you're going to see more women coming out.
Yeah, because they hiding.
It's so much.
They ain't trying
There's
to get
so
shot.
much that this can bring out of our city and other cities around the area. It's so much. It's more than just our community too. Like you said, it's going on all around the world. But if we can show them we can do it here, then they could possibly do it elsewhere. It's just the start. We just gonna start where we start at.
Yeah, because violence hurts everything. Violence hurts the economy. Violence hurts everybody's businesses. There's some people that it brings down your mother's house that may have been worth $200,000 5-10 years ago. If it's violence in the community, the property value goes from $200,000 to $50,000. Because I did a project in my marketing class, I think. House next to Suburban is $250,000 and up, and the house next to York High is like $50,000 or whatever. And it just shows they're a mile or two apart how violence creates
Low property value.
low economy. And right now, somebody 2 miles away, and Suburban is one of the smartest schools, was the top school in York City, and William Penn was the bottom because of the violence. So right now, we're bringing down their economy, and economic wealth is a big thing in the community. Without the economy rolling, it's a bad community. Anywhere there's bad monetary value, it's not nothing good. So if we can stop the violence, your mom might be able to sell her house for $150,000 5 years from now and create generational wealth and invest in the assets, take the liquidity out of her house or whatever, but she don't want to do it right now because she's like, hey, my house was worth $150,000 in 2007. Now 2025, my house is worth $32,000 because nobody wants to come here.
But
So being violent don't get you nowhere and it hurts you and the economy.
not even like money-wise.
That's just my aspect.
If we could all just sit down and really learn the skills that we have embedded in us, a lot of things would be way better because people will start doing the things that they like to do and actually learn, like, I like this. This is something that I can actually do. So it's like we just got to put our heads together and really, like, let's learn our skills. Because next thing you know, a couple years from now, we could be building houses with each other. It's about learning your skills, though. It's about learning what you can possibly do. A lot of young guys out here and older ones, I'm not singling nobody out, they be stuck.
Stuck.
And they're contented how they're living. I'm not content. I don't like the way that I'm living. I want better for me and mine. I'm having kids. It's a lot going on. I lost my father, my nana, my brother. It's so much. So I was like, I'm burnt out.
Dude?
Yeah.
I'll take it back to the sports again. We started losing a lot of kids to other school districts because of violence. Parents don't want their kids in their schools because they don't know what could happen to their kids and they want their kids safe. So we start losing valuable, smart kids, great athletes to other schools that we don't have anymore, and that should be in our system, but they're taken away because of what's going on around here. And that could be bringing down our test scores, and it's bringing down our sports programs. And it's like, we love our sports here, and we don't want to see the kids go, but we understand why they're going.
Right.
But if we could get them back and we make each other better, we get York back to how it used to be and how it should be, with everyone supporting each other.
That's big.
And
We don't even have our ghetto bowl no more just because of funds
Violence.
and everything like that.
Yeah, that's a big
Businesses not supporting stuff like that, which they don't have to. That's not their job to support other things other than their family and business. But we lost teams. We lost South York. We lost Wellington.
Yep.
Luckily, we have York Bears. Luckily, we have Boys Club.
That's a fact.
After that, we don't really have much else. We don't have summer leagues anymore other than adult summer leagues. We don't have programs. Only program that I know of for younger kids, and this might be me just being unintelligent, is just the Advantage program and Bro to Go. But with this event and with events that we have to come, with those guys out there and any other program out there, we hope you come out so that way everyone knows what you're doing and what you're here for to benefit the kids and adults. It don't just have to be programs for the kids. It can be a resource for, it could be a job. You might have a job opening that's, Quay said, somebody might be good at with their skills and they just never knew that job was open and they never knew was good at. But if you give them that opportunity, they can show you.
Yeah, adults have to be positive for the kids to be positive too.
I want to say something else, and this is for the ones that's watching, that's going to be watching. I'm going to keep this strictly hood for y'all. If y'all want to make money and y'all want to have fun and stay off the police radars, let's stop the violence. It's not hard. We know they watching us. You know, we know they're out here. They're trying to protect our city. We got to cut it out. We got to. If, like I said, this is supposed to be a positive thing, so let's keep it positive. If y'all want to put boxing gloves on and go in a ring, we can do that. We can do it the legal way, however you want to do it. Like, it's just like we got to do better. We got kids that's looking up to us, that's growing up under us, and they just following in our footsteps. And now it went from 30-year-olds to 40-year-olds dying to 20-year-olds to now it's not even teenagers dying. I guess this shit is out of control. I don't know.
Yeah, the more violence bring more police. The more police mean more jails get built. So if you want to keep being violent, they got a place for you. Because there was a study in California. They built 28 jails compared to one college. So they got a lot of room for you.
We
if you
gotta
want to be
stop
violent,
making
they got
these-
a lot of places.
Like Mondro said, we gotta stop making these police money and start making ourselves money.
Yep.
Let's not give them a reason. You feel me?
Yeah. Because a lot of people that could be in the NBA, in the NFL, in Division I college with a full scholarship is in jail. You meet some very smart
Or
people.
dead.
Yeah,
Or dead.
a lot is dead. You meet some very smart people in jail. Just because people went through jail, I went to jail. I just came from upstate. I just did 2 years. But that don't make me a bad person. I got caught with a gun. I was trying to protect myself because of violence. And I was doing good. I was free for 8 years. I was chilling. Didn't catch a felony since I was 19. Caught another felony at 29. I went 10 years without a felony. I got caught for driving out of license. That's it. And I finally got my license after 31 years. But violence is what got me back to where I want to stay away from. Because I'm out here promoting positivity. I tell people we read books in the hood. We do all this. But somebody... one bad day takes away from somebody that's trying to do good day. And since somebody wanted to do something, I had to carry a gun, and it took away from my positive life. I was able to help my nephews. I was doing better with my brand before, but violence hurts people. People that's actually trying to change, they really can't change because the environment around them. If the environment is safe, the environment could prosper. If the environment is violence, it's not gonna ever prosper.
And I want to piggyback off of what you just said before I ask the next question about you wasn't a bad person. I say that all the time. I wasn't a bad person. I made a bad choice and a bad decision. Making a bad choice and a bad decision don't make you a bad person. But because you made that bad choice and that bad decision, that's what everybody thinks. You go to jail, you're bad. I wasn't bad. I chose to go in the street. My mom didn't raise me like that. I chose that. But the aftermath of that, because this is what I'm saying to you young people, everybody is affected by the decisions that you make, whether indirectly or directly. Everybody pays. And it's not fair to the people that love us to have to suffer for what we do. That alone should just make you want to do a change. Because you don't want nobody paying for something that you did. It ain't fair. You know, but I came home in 1993. This is what?
2000.
That's when I was born.
So don't tell me you can't do it.
I'm about to say,
2025 from 1993.
30 more years. About to be 32 years.
Who wants to keep going to jail losing their family members? I had 3 months with my father when I came home, and then he died on me. So it's like, that hit so different. I miss so many years with my father. I don't want that no more. I don't want to go into jail, come out of jail, I'm dead people. I don't want that no more.
Yeah.
It's time for a change. And like I said, if you can't change, God got something for you.
So with this mission, leading up to the next question, with this mission, do you have your family and friends support? And if so, how?
Yes, I know I got a lot of my friends support. Like, they on what I'm on. We really all on the same thing. And like you said, it's not no gang. This is not no gang stuff. This is just people that we all grew up with. We're all from little 717 York. We all grew up together. So the ones that I actually do talk to and deal with, the people that I can influence, they're down. Like, it's all for nothing now at this point. Like I said, it went from 30-year-olds to 20-year-olds to kids now. Mm-hmm. So it's not us. It's time for us to lead, though.
Because they watched you.
Because they watch what we did. They hear the stories that we had.
Yep.
We're gonna build a different narrative for them.
And that's what I said from the beginning. With all of that you did, the impact you had, just think the impact you can have now. The same way they followed you, if they see you doing different, you can make them want to do different.
But also, we need your help too at the same time, because it's like I said, I've been trying to get a job for so long, but my federal background allows me not to get it. So they're looking like, all right, he can't even get one. I got charges. We gotta make it all work. Everybody gotta make it come together. Marlboro, the city, we all couldn't make it happen to where we can get second chance kids and getting jobs, even if it's little jobs for the city, sweeping up the block, whatever. As long as we can feel protected and we're doing something, then we all right. But if not, it's just like we all talk right now.
You got it. What do you need? How can we help?
We need resources.
Yeah, that's something that will have to be
That's
sat
really
down
like-
with for a while to sit
This
really
is
talk
the
about
start
it.
of it. You know, like, this ain't something that
We could just say right now.
right
and it
now,
just, yeah, boom.
we trying to start off little. We trying to get the little 717 gathering that Toot got, and then me and Mikeem and Toot, we trying to make a little side-to-side resolution. Summer jam, like, but it's going to be resources there. It's going to be jobs there. It's going to be mental health people there. It's going to be, what other resources we got? I'm brain farting right now.
Programs in the city for kids.
Yeah.
Housing. That's we start off
Places
here.
we could get grants at, places that we could actually help each other, because a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of people are in poverty. Like, that's where most violence is where poverty is. So people actually need a lot of help and solutions. Without no help and solutions, it's just pointless, because nothing will ever get nowhere.
And due to Trump, on his best behavior right now, the economy's down. It's hard. So it's like, for our city, for our community, we got to come together as a whole. If y'all can help us, please. If not, let's try another route then.
Anything I got you.
That's all it really is.
Because people, the same way people, not to say it like this,
Say it the way you need to say it.
the same way police are there to arrest us should be the same way police are there to help us. And if I do something bad, you're right there to, hey, come on, we got to get this cop out of there, 10 years, put him out there. But the same way if people are there to come when I do a crime. Be there for when I'm trying to stay away from doing a crime. Be there for when I need help. Because if I call somewhere and say I need help, we can't really help you at that time. But if I say, hey, yo, man, I'm about to shoot somebody, it's like, yo, where you at? Yo, where you at? Yeah. Marketing George? Okay, I'm coming right now. But I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to go back to jail, bro. I'm trying to actually figure out this. How can I get a grant? Because I don't want to take out student loans and I don't want to be in debt because I don't even know about finances. I don't want to go to school. How can I get a skill in 6 months or whatever to feed my family? I got 2 kids on the way. Somebody should be there, or police should be, even just the city, but I'm just saying police because I got locked up a couple times, and anytime I needed help, I'm not saying nothing about nothing. I'm just saying, y'all saying how to help. We need help. It's a lot of people that want help, but they don't have nobody to ask for help.
Or don't know how to ask for help also.
That's it.
And it's a disconnect to ask the cops because a lot of street guys are scared to ask cops because of, I don't know. It's
Me personally, it's not even a pride thing with me. I don't even know how to talk to them people sometimes. You feel me? Like, it's just the truth. I would rather go through Tiff or somebody, or...
And that's what she's here for.
You got Broski, you got you. You watched all of us grow up.
Yes.
Like, he's family. Like, it's,
Yes.
So it's like, we got the people there. Now it's time to put it in play. I'm basically sitting right here, right now, asking, I need help. I need a job. I want to do the right thing.
Okay.
Who's?
Well, I know this isn't supposed to happen like this, but right now, just like Ice, just like me, just like Tiff, I got connections. And the connections I have are the connections you got. So if you need me to make calls to help you get a job, I got you, and we're willing to make those calls. If you need help, like you said about school, we literally got scholarships that we're sending people to hack for trade school. If you need help with mental health resources, we literally hired a counselor to be able to have somebody that looks like you sit down with you and talk to you and have those conversations. There's a lot that I apologize for that we didn't do in the past, but I promise you, as long as I got air in my chest right now, we gonna do it right now.
That's what we need.
That's it. That's all we asked for.
Y'all are the connection from the disconnection. So we glad that y'all are here. We're glad you're here, Mr. Marjo, Ms. Tiff.
We appreciate y'all.
We definitely here to, not to say it like that, but
make a difference.
yeah, and we make comfortability because it's not that easy just to pull a cop over and talk to him. It's not just stranger. It's not just even the police, but it's just people are just scared, especially in the hood, because it's a bad rep sometimes. But y'all are changing the narrative. You're making it safe to talk to a police officer. Because back then, I would have probably never talked to. If it wasn't you or somebody I know, I wouldn't probably talk to. But I'm glad that y'all are part of the community and making it a safer environment and giving us help. I'm glad that y'all giving out resources that wasn't there. I appreciate
the
it.
opportunity today
Yes.
to actually do this.
Yes.
But this needed done.
I'm glad y'all gave us the opportunity. This was golden. This is golden. I'm proud of each and every one of you guys.
Sir.
So,
It's so crazy because there's literally leaders of people that thought that y'all were going to be able to have a conversation like this and be able to articulate your needs and your feelings and your emotions and do it in a way that was going to be palatable for a young person or a family to sit down and watch. There was literally people that thought y'all weren't going to be able to do this and be able to do it in a way that a grandmother could watch or a classroom could get, somebody could turn it on for a teacher to put it on for a classroom. They thought you couldn't even do this.
See, but them type
That's
of people,
crazy.
that's the people that God gonna wean away from us because they don't know us, for one. Like he said, y'all all know I wasn't raised like this. So everything that I chose to do is my choice. I got very great manners. Like I'm very respectful. If you doubting us, that's on you. Peace and prosperity, that's what we pushing.
Yeah, a lot of people do doubt you. I definitely know that because even in school, it's somebody that's all right. I was cool with these guys all semester. They thought I was a young guy from the suburban area. They thought I was 19. And then I'm like, yeah, I graduated with my associate's degree in 2020. They're like, dude, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 31, whatever. And but I said, I'm 31. And they like, huh? I was like, I just came from jail. They said, you look very young. I said, I just came from jail. They said, and they stopped talking to me. They don't even talk to me now. Because they look at me as I guess I'm a crazy guy, but I get better grades than them in every test. Them guys got 71 in corporate finance. I got 84s, but they look at me, that's why they thought I was just a kid from the suburban community, whatever. And I'm like, I went to William Penn. I graduated from placement, Glen Mills. So I'm that guy that you think is so bad because he like, oh, I didn't know guys like you could do stuff like that.
Yep.
I met somebody in class and said, how'd you get a better grade than me? You're black. And stuff like this bothered me because I'm like, am I supposed to be stupid? Are we supposed to be ignorant to not sit down and talk to each other just because we're from the city, we went to jail? Are we supposed to not be, am I supposed to punch him just because he's from out west and people might have did stuff and all that, but it's some very educated people that can talk with sense and that has a lot of knowledge, but most people didn't have guidance. Most people are gaining a lot of knowledge down the line. We just don't know. You can have a lot of knowledge, but if you don't know how to execute, it's pointless. You can read 100 books, but if you don't know what to do after that, you just got a lot of knowledge. So people just think we're dumb. It's just most people don't know how to execute. And most people never seen the execution in the mirror than they want to. Like a basketball person might not listen to me because I'm weak in basketball. But if they see somebody that's nice in basketball like Toop, they will listen to him. So we have more people. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he way better than me.
I know, yeah. All right, I'm sorry. But, yeah, most people didn't have guidance. They have a lot of knowledge. So if we could get more guidance and pointing people in the right directions, we're not stupid. We're not dumb. I'm very educated. I can sit in a room with people with great credit scores, talk about finances, talk about if you should invest in this. I know how to research. I know how to do a lot of things. Also, a lot of my friends and peers do. He's not stupid, as you can see. We have very intelligent conversations. But if you look at us from a record and from the way we grew up, I was in children's services as a kid because my mom and dad wasn't there, whatever. My mom got schizophrenia. You might think, oh, he might be a terrible person, but just because we came from wherever y'all think we came from, bad place, we're not crazy.
And with that being said, because it's going to lead into my next question.
Mr.
Yeah. Cuz over here, Mr. Mardro said, with the bad, everybody has bad in them and everybody has good in them. Everybody. And the stereotype is just because they saw what you did, they think you don't have any good. I used to do a lot of talking to young people and adults and all this, and when I got done, because I told about my jail and all that, they be like, you don't look like a person that go to jail. I'm like, what am I supposed to look like?
That's what I told people. What I'm supposed to look like?
You know what I'm saying? But everybody has good and bad in them, which leads to my next question. Just like with the good, how are you going to handle the opposition to your mission?
If you rocking, we rolling. If you not, the man above, he got something.
So I just want to clarify that. What did you mean by that? Like, how am I going to clarify?
Like say for instance, you're actually talking good about your mission, and you're gonna have people talking bad about it.
Backlash.
Keem used to do this. Keem used to do that. That kind of thing.
Yeah, like I said, I dealt with that before because this ain't the first day that I preach positivity to the community because, like I said, I have a brand called Intelligence is Gangster, and it's all about being a positive guy. I have 4 nephews without a mom or dad like me, and I tell them, and I want to show a lot of younger people, be smart. So I had a lot of backlash before. Like I said, I had people say, you're a punk, you went to college. Even this time I came home, went back to Penn State, York. I'm getting my bachelor's degree in marketing and management. And people said, dang, you back in the school, bro. You must, the upstate trip must have scared you again. Just like that last county bit or whatever. And I'm like, no, bro, I was actually on the right path. I just got caught up and made a mistake. So the backlash, it definitely do still hurt. Because they be like, dang, bro, you supposed to be there for me. Because if I was down there, yo, bro, let's go slide on these niggas. They gonna be like, all right, bro, we out, bro. Where them niggas at, bro? If I get a drive on somebody, yo, he right here. Oh, bro, damn, good look, bro. You know what I mean? Got him out of here. But if I be like, yo, bro, what's your credit score? You know, all 4 of us get together and got a good credit score. It's easier for us to get a loan and we could, put all our brains together and invest somewhere. People start to be like, what the fuck is he talking about, bro? He's keep tripping, bro. I don't know, he on them perks. I don't know what the heck he on. So you do have to deal with backlash and it hurts sometimes, but you got to keep pushing and just showing because a lot of people thought when I came home, I wouldn't start my brand back up. Are you back on that, bro? bro, you just came from upstate. How you still preaching positivity? I said, because, like you said, I'm not a bad person. Just because I made that mistake. I got caught with a gun, yeah. If I wasn't a felon, I wouldn't even have been looked at as a bad person. But since I was 19 and caught one adult felony, for the rest of my life, I cannot carry. Even if somebody's trying to hurt me right now, they can say, I'm going to kill you tonight. Well, I hope that nobody wants to. But I'm going to protect myself first. And like people say, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So sad to say, but that's a saying for a reason. I'm not dying for nobody. I'd rather do 2-3 years in jail before I die. And I'm saying that I don't want to do that. I don't want to carry no gun. I don't want to put a gun on my hip. I want to go to school. I got finals on Thursday. I want to finish it. I got B's in all my classes. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to actually stay ahead, but backlash can hurt and take me off my square because it takes one bad person to try to hurt me because their life is crashing out, and now what am I supposed to do? So one bad life could hurt another good life and take away from the community. So.
And then for you two, do you believe this mission can bring York together and begin saving more lives in our community?
Yeah, when we were talking last week, my biggest thing is it's not the guys that's older now, it's the younger guys. Because the guys that's older, not that they got more to live for, but they got more to lose than these younger guys. These younger guys, if they ain't 18, they can make a mistake and have a better second chance than one of these two guys that already been there and done that and that are older than that adult age where it's like, it could be over like that, where it's a younger guy, like Quay said, they're dying at 12, 13, that if that other person that did that was 12 or 13, they may still come home at 20. But if we get the younger ones to come together, the older ones are kind of already there. Like most of them are working and have jobs and stuff like that. But I feel like it's the younger ones that we need to reach and teach because they are our future. And like Keem said, if that one gets to 5, that 5 could get to 50. But if we could get to that 1 and 5 and 50 before that, then we see 50 grow up and graduate from high school and get a trade and go to college. And something like that. So I think it is possible around all the people I've been around my whole life and everything like that. I know none of them want to be in jail. None of them want to be dead.
No.
They all want to live. They all want to see different places of the world and not York. This world is bigger than York. You can get around York in 10, maybe 20 minutes in a car. Mr. Muldrow might run around it in 30 minutes.
Yes.
But our world is bigger than what you see here. You got to just get out and go see it. But you will never see it if you want to keep living the wrong way and not have a job and not go get a passport and everything like that to go see everything.
And don't want to end up where I'm at in the position I'm in. I can't even go get a passport.
Me neither.
Can't even go and leave the state when I want to. No. So this ain't the life that y'all want, to be honest. And y'all don't want to be up there in the feds with guys that's never going home, that's miserable, that will kill you for no reason.
Sure will.
Miserable.
That's not it.
They can't even call home. They call and talk to the person that says press 1,
Operator.
press 2. Yeah, they love just hearing the voice. You got people up there that stay on the phone for 30 minutes, only a 15-minute phone call. You like, bro, why ain't you dialing again, bro? 30 minutes passed. He has been supposed to dial, but they losing their mind. So it is a lot of younger kids that say, piggyback off of Tukey, the older guys is mostly not doing nothing. Older guys might be 5% of the violence. 20 and under is 95% of the violence. Not to say it like that. People can say whatever I want, statistics. And a lot of younger guys are misguided by, like they always say, the rap music. Like psychological warfare plays a major part in a community. If every song, even my nephew, if every song you hear is, I'm gonna spin the block, I got the Glock, Swifty, whatever, that's what's gonna play in your brain. Just like back in my era. It was Jeezy, Future, and them. They was talking about selling a lot of drugs. We wanted to get a lot of money back then. Music played a major part. We couldn't wait to sip lean because Future talk about Dirty Sprite. And that's just my life. We used to ride around. Oh, dang, Percocet, you hear the guy from South Carolina blew up, talk about that. So right now, most of the songs, especially with YouTube and how easy it is to upload music, the most retarded person could upload the most retarded song and it could get a lot of influence. And it will bring harm to the younger kids because they're 13. They're mostly growing up without a mom and dad. And if they do, they're at work or whatever, and they're programming their brain to be very negative. Me, I could listen to a drill song. Listen to it, definitely. I like certain music. But I know I'm not gonna put in my brain, yo, I'm about to go smoke somebody after this. A kid will think in their head, I had kids tell me I wanna be like YBC do, Mr. Disrespectful. They wanna be disrespectful. They don't wanna respect nobody. He died. So why would you wanna be like that? But that's what they wanna be like. Oh, he got a name. Everybody still talks about him. No disrespect to YBC do, to my Philly homies. Love Philly people. Y'all know I rock with y'all. I ain't saying nothing about it, but I'm just saying this is what influences the kids in the city. It's a lot of people that idolize bigger city rappers that talk nothing about good. Talk about no money, they talk about sliding, putting it up in the air, smoking on dead people, and that's what the kids do. Even suburban kids, people that never even seen the city be smoking on homie, you don't even know what that means, but that's what they do. So a lot of kids are misguided and they are the future and they are what's causing the most trouble. So if we could get to the youth, that's about 10, it probably starts about 6 to 18, the whole city will change. It's not the adults.
Adam, and what do you say?
Excuse me?
How do we get at them and what do you say? Any of y'all, all y'all.
I mean, if you saying how do we get at the community,
The young ones.
we show them that there's a different route. We show them that we can get you jobs. We show them that we can throw a big summer jam party, whatever y'all want, and everybody can come in. We show them that there's more to life than what the route we chose.
And we have to communicate with them, showing them this ain't it.
No,
because
but
they wanna
that's
hear that
our
to
job to communicate with them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we are the ones that's out there.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why we
you
we need to start communicating, talk to them, and tell them like, yo, young buck.
No, but we do that, but
Yeah.
also, like I said, we need their help also because it's nothing for me and you to go or me and you two to say like, yo, y'all need to go get jobs and stuff, but they can't go get a job.
We can't show them how to get it.
Yeah.
We just say it,
Yeah.
you know. So it's time to make this, put it into play, and yes, it's a resolution, but I like to say this is a side-to-side movement. We're gonna turn this into a movement. You gotta follow us if you want to do. I mean the right thing. You're gonna follow us. It's the movement.
To piggyback off Quay though, with the resources that we have and willing to step up, don't backstab them. So if you got somebody that is willing to help you get a job or willing to help you get back into school, don't let them down. If you're going through a tough time, reach back out to that person before you just give up because now you make us look bad. So don't make me, like Tiff told us, don't make me jump out there and I get the fire back because now I gotta go through that and you're going and we really don't even have to talk to her no more. Or you don't have to talk to me no more, but I gotta hear from that hiring manager, hey, that guy you brought to me, he left. So now Quay might need a job and I can't get Quay a job because you left and you messed my name up.
Messed it up.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And before we ask this last question, I'm just piggyback on what you guys said. I spoke with someone before about their son in front of the TV playing Fortnite all day long. From the time he came home from school to his time to go to bed. And they got mad at me.
You was talking to me then. You must have been talking to me, 'cause my son.
He must have been talking to me too, because my nephew sitting in front of that thing like, woo.
I said to
They
the
don't know how to-
person, what do you think your son is going to want to do when he gets older?
Be a gamer.
He going to want to get a gun
Yeah.
and shoot.
Especially Grand Theft Auto, the way that is.
And once you shoot, there is no reset. You can't bring that life back like you do on Fortnite. Oh, I messed up. I ain't got no more lives. I'm going to hit reset.
It's crazy because the kid told me he could respond before. And he just told me that 2 weeks ago. He
But
said he could respond
that's-
because of the game.
That's where the change has to come from.
But I also don't want to put it on them like that because you got kids that's out here actually making money off of playing the games. Like my son is somebody that's big into the games, so he
Yeah,
wants to
off
go
of
into the
Twitch.
game industry where they're paying him to play the game. So I don't want to put it on all kids. that-
No, I said for that son because I know the son was,
Yeah, no, but I
he
said what I said.
already had that in him.
Yeah, I see what you said.
There's a difference. And that's what I mean by when we see the negative before it happens, we have to say something. Now, whether they take what you guys are going to say, that's not on you. Your job is to give it. And just like the word says, you do the planting. You can't do the watering all the time, but you can do the planting. And Quay just said it's God's job just after that, whether they're going to respond or not. Now, why did I say that? Because how many times have you told somebody something that you know that they were doing and they didn't listen? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, people told me stuff and I ain't listening.
Myself, I'm about to say
Yeah, I was about to say, I definitely been new. I used to get all A's in school, and I mean, stuff happened. People told me, but stay in school, man, you gonna be something. And I mean, then I went to placement twice, and then I went to jail for 4 or 5 times, but I wish I would have listened to what they said. I definitely wish. Ooh.
So to wrap it up with this last question, if you can go back to when you were 12 years old, what would you do different?
I think I said it already.
Yeah, well, say it again for me.
I would put a application, a pen in your hand instead of putting a pack in your hand. That would be the difference.
Well, your 12-year-old self, or what you would say to a 12-year-old?
No, you, 12.
12-year-old myself.
I wouldn't have took the pack. You know, I chose football, stayed in football. That's what I would have done.
Stayed in the football. What about after football done, though? What would you do?
Kept going to football. There's more football. There's 40-year-old players right now, you know? Like, anything, though, like, business management, I wanted to do that. I still want to do that. That's what I'm actually trying to start. I would have just told myself it's not worth it. Be the leader. Be the leader, because I was a follower. And if I knew that I could lead back then, and I knew that in the future I would have so many people that look up to me or don't look up to me, it's still y'all acknowledge me. So if I could go back to when I was 12 and I could do the right thing and y'all could still acknowledge that I'm doing the right thing, it'd be different. A lot of things would be different.
Yeah, if I could go back to my 12-year-old self, I would tell myself have more self-esteem and more self-confidence, because I lacked a lot of self-confidence as a kid because I didn't really get a lot of reassurance. I grew up with an older white lady. My grandmom's all white, and not to say it like that, I grew up like that, and I didn't get a lot of encouragement from people who look like me. I didn't get encouragement from an older black male or somebody that could relate to what I'm going through and the thing that I'm talking about. She was so disconnected. Not her fault. That's not my grandma's fault. Not at all. She did her best. She worked hard. She gave me everything I needed. I got good grades and all that. But I just wish that I had more self-confidence in who I was. I got all A's until I got to middle school. And then I got around girls and I got around other people that influenced my behavior, that messed up my self-confidence a little bit. And I wish I had somebody to back my self-confidence up to stay focused on the right track, because getting around a pretty girl and she rejects you and you don't have that male figure to say, bro, who cares? There's a lot of them out there in the world. You start to think, dang, bro.
When I don't look good enough?
Yeah, I don't look good, dang. Yeah, I bet you if I get this money, though, like my whole head on the block, I get you, though, like down the line. Like you see him in high school, same girl see me with some money, like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean? My confidence was high, I had money. I was doing good. Even though my grandma gave me everything, I got confidence from the streets. I got confidence from my peers, but wasn't good peers. So if I could go back to my 12-year-old self, and a lot of kids, be confident in yourself and don't let nobody make you go down the path you don't want to. Like I went to school with this guy at Penn State, York. He told me a guy put a gun to my head and I was scared. So I didn't get in the streets. I didn't want that life. He knew in his head, because he said he had a lot of influence by positive people that gave him confidence enough to say, I'm not going to the streets. I don't care what y'all think of me. I don't care if you think I'm a punk. I don't think about none of that. I care. So have self-confidence in myself, and if I could have more self-confidence, I would be a way different person. But lack of self-confidence drove me down a path of destruction.
All right, Toop.
It's kind of tricky for me because I
thought he had that.
Didn't really
It's all together.
jump off the porch. I stayed on the court. But for me, it would be trying to keep my friends closer to me, so that way they didn't go that way. Maybe more sleepovers, maybe more workouts, whatever it may be. But that would be it for me at my 12-year-old self. Hey, just try to keep your friends closer to you and keep them in good spirits.
But what made you stay on the porch rather than get off the porch, though? Like, what made you say, yo, you know what, the streets ain't for me,
He
bro?
said his brothers.
Yeah, but like, other than that. Because the kids don't got brothers. Some kids don't got other, like, influences. Yeah. What would make you say to the
like,
kids?
Even with my brothers, they never really said anything to me or made me, like, stay in sports. They never tried to give me anything, no packs or nothing like that. It was just, I seen what they did. It was all myself. I can't really, like, give you a specific reason other than myself. Like, and like I said, people ask me that all the time, and it's like, I thought about it I think about it every time someone asks me, and it's really myself. I could have did it. I could have made one phone call. I could have walked right around the block. I could have went up the stairs and grabbed it out of the closet or whatever it may have been and went that way, but it's just myself. So when you do got kids that are followers, but if you got the confidence, like you said, that you wish you would have had at 12, that's all you need to see and wait and have patience. Have patience on the money. I ain't have all the money back then, but my mom didn't have all the money neither. And like you said, I did get what I wanted. Well, what I needed. I didn't get what I wanted, but at 15, I started working a job, and I never didn't have a job since then. And even when I got to school, it's just, I kept myself busy. Like, everything I'm doing, I keep myself busy. Like, I go from work, then I might, depending on what time of the year it is, I'll be at practice. So I might be at work till 3:34, then I'm at practice till 6. I ain't got time to go do nothing else. And at 15, I'm only in 10th grade. If I'm at school and at work, I ain't got no time to do nothing else.
Start over again tomorrow.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Crazy when you hear it, though. Even when you hear y'all three stories, do you hear how close it lined up? And it was like one decision, one move here or there to the left or to the right made all the difference. You know, athlete, college. Like, it's literally what like the confidence piece, the not feeling confident. One decision here or there. That's why people need to stop looking at people and judging them. Because everybody's just one decision away from either being seen as good or seen as bad. That's just real crazy.
Yeah, his self-confidence and his self-esteem kept him with a job. Because most people, I'm never getting a job. That's what most people say. Or, oh man, I'm a real street, whatever and all that. And that's what makes your self-confidence like built up every day. Like, that's what make them get girls, holler at girls, but too, his self-confidence. And this is what most young kids need to do. Self-confidence. Don't be scared to get a job. Don't be scared to get good grades. Most kids don't even want to go to school because they think the girls thinks, oh, they like Lil Durk kind of people and all that. And look where Lil Durk at. They like people like
Lil Durk need people like me that went to school, us like that went to school. Yeah. They need people to keep going up in their life and keep growing. But that confidence part is a part of the reason I said earlier about I went to school 4 hours away and not 1 hour away, because I knew what it was going to do. And I knew that I can get from York to Shippensburg in 45 minutes, and I could drive that every day if I wanted to. But I ain't driving 4 hours every day if I ain't making no money off of it.
That's
one decision. Yeah. Like, literally, that's one decision. You picked 4 hours away instead of 30 minutes, and it made all the difference. It's crazy.
Yeah. So you definitely have to be able to think and process your thoughts. A lot of people don't like to sit there and think in their head. I mean, I've been through a lot of trauma. We all been through a lot of trauma. Everybody has different traumas. Some people trauma is their mom and dad breaking up and they go crazy. Some people seen their friends die multiple times. They go crazy. Everybody's trauma is different. So be more self-confident in yourself and don't let the inner you break the outer you. Be more better on the inside and learn how to build the inside of you. Don't be scared to ask for help. As a kid, I wish I asked more male figures to, what should I do if a girl reject me? What should I do if my homies call me a punk? What should I do? I could say a lot of different things, but don't be scared to just ask for help, and don't think, like they always say, there's no dumb question.
Put your pride to the side. It was a saying that my friend used to say in jail. Take the P off of pride and let it ride.
Yeah. Because a lot of people die for pride. A lot of people wish right now, looking up and down wherever they at, or people in jail, My old head, Malik Bey, he just did 32 years. That was my cellie. He just came home, beat 2 life sentences, and he said, he 49. He said, I wish I'd have lived for Philadelphia and not gave all this time back for Philadelphia. He just wished his pride was in the way. From South Philly, he thought that being so gangster, and now he like, bro, I did that for nothing, bro. I've been watching this same little 17-inch TV since 1990, whatever he was in there, like 1994. He just got out 4 months ago. I be talking to him, and he just like, bro, life is so great. Like, life is actually, like, it's way different from the 90s, so you don't want to be like him and give your life away to, I forget how many jails, I think like the 10 different jails. So he was actually hyped to get to the jail I was at because I had a microwave, and he didn't have to use a stinger for everything. So don't be that person to lose your life over some pride, because he said the thing he did, he regrets every day, and he wish he could take it back because he had a big name back in the day, and he said that name got him nowhere. All of his friends is 50 years old, about to retire in a couple years, and he's just starting his life.
We're here for change, man. It's like we trying to show the younger ones, the older ones, whoever's out there, it can be done. I've been in jail for multiple different things, looked at for multiple different things. It can be done. If I'm willing to change, I know y'all can. I've been through hell and back.
Amen.
And some people like, dang, how they sitting there and they from different sides of town. Nobody can all live on the same side of town, bro. It's going to be differences in addresses, different locations. There's nowhere in the world where everybody just stacked on top of each other. It's just simple math. So,
Unless you in the ground.
Yes. Yeah, you could be stacked. You could be like 10 people stacked on top of each other. Just keep digging. So nobody's going to be from the same side of town. Like I said, this is actually my cousin. We're from a different side of town. I mean, we ain't never say that yet, but I could not like him because he's from out west. But we're family. Some people like, oh, yo, what you talking to him for? Why can't I not talk to him? Because I'm supposed to listen to y'all? I'm supposed to be like, yo, bro, you my homie, bro, I can't talk to him? So stop being scared of what other people say. Everybody's going to be from a different side of town. Everybody's going to grow up. We all went to York High before. Then we separated for no reason. I don't know why. We was all cool. We got pictures in 8th grade, 6th grade. We all played for East End Boys Club.
We know why we was followers.
Yes.
We definitely know why.
Yeah, we know why. But don't be a follower. Be your own person. And if you do want to crash out, they got a place for you. So just come together. No more violence. If you is that guy that's going to watch this and say, man, what they talking about? We don't care what they talking about. We gonna turn it up even more. They got a nice place for you, bro. It's like this thin bunk, and they got a nice
Flat mattress too.
Yeah, they got some Cheerios that taste like cardboard boxes for you every morning. Right in the counter, you get the brown gray or the gray tray. You got a nice place for you. It's real comfortable too.
We just want to end it off, man. Like I said, peace and prosperity. We trying to bring more activities to the community. We trying to get people outside more. It's summertime coming up. These kids want to have fun. They want to put their pools in their front lawns, backyards. Let's let the kids be kids. Like, let them live the life that we had a chance at. You know, kids don't even know how to be a kid these days because it's like can't go outside and run around. Nobody wants their kids running around the streets. Because bullets could go somewhere, you know? So let's try to fix that. Like, let's do it for the younger ones.
Yes. More people becoming antisocial too because they never been around nobody. They scared to even walk outside. They out to the store. They might put their hood up and walk around because they scared to be seen by somebody because they not used to it. So
and I
people
don't
won't go outside.
Care how nobody feel or think about any of this. We trying to throw a summer jam. If y'all in the community don't feel protected, there will be police activity in the area. We're going to be protected. Let's just have some fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy our lives. And we want this to continue on for years, not 2-3 months. Let's keep this a journey.
We're gonna help you find some money to sponsor it. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. We're gonna help you find some money to sponsor it, to pay for some stuff. Tuki, I got you.
And
Y'all sold me.
And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this up. But I want everybody out there who is watching live or whatever you're doing, I want you to give these young men, whatever y'all do on Facebook, I don't have it, so I don't know, a clap or a handshake, whatever y'all do, because it took a lot of courage for them to come and do what they did. And we're going to pray that God will open up the resources and doors for these young men just because of what they did today. Also, I'm going to end it for you young people out there, whoever may be watching. If you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. Remember that. I want to thank Miss Tiff and Mr. Mardrow and Tiff and her staff for even making this space to be able to come here today. It was positive. You know what I mean? But I thank you, cuz, for even just asking me at the football game. But I told him, yeah, but keep your head up and just support these young men and their journey. The same way you supported them when they was doing bad, now it's time to support them when they're doing good. Peace.
That's it. Proud of you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yo, you are powerful.